Welcome to a kind of a new. This is basically sort of an annual review series in a way. Just basically, I've discussed kind of a recap in a way of what I discussed the past year in both Tokusatsu stuff and in anime. Instead of doing it separately, just combine with the one. That's the best way to basically describe this. So you can kind of think of this as Tokusatsu Anime in 2022. That's what it's called. And every year I will update it as far as I can tell. Alright, now in the case of how much I've covered this year, in terms of anime, I've covered 19 anime this year. You're thinking, really? 19? That's almost the same amount you did last year. Well, that's because basically I have a bunch of other stuff coming the way, and the fact I covered a lot more Tokusatsu series this year than I thought I would. And also the fact that my most recent hiatus I did for Tokusatsu took almost 2 freaking months. Yeah, 2 months to cover basically a bunch of light novels and watch some other anime. Yeah, before it was basically like watching 20 episodes of Super Sentai series, stopping, and then basically watching a quick anime and then come back to it. That was the thing for a while until this past summer when I decided to add Kamen Rider to basically to the lineup, and then eventually I had Metal Heroes. Surprisingly, for Metal Heroes, I've only covered one series the entire year, and that's Space Sheriff Gaben. An excellent series. I personally loved it. Excuse me. So, I will basically announce when it comes to that. There will be more Metal Heroes series coming next year. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing the second Metal Heroes series, Space Sheriff Shivan. I'll be doing it after, well, it'll be a few after this one. Basically, next one, this will be, of course, Kamen Rider. And I will announce basically my next Super Sentai series if I finish this one. I'll do that one. And then I'll do Space Ship and then two more Sentai series. And I'll take my break to work on some light novels. And but as for the anime I covered all together, that's not like a returning anime per se. There was a few per se. I mean, we did see the end of the Shaman King series that started last year. 52 episodes. And a lot of the time with this one, at first, I was reviewing it when it started, and other times, basically, it took me like almost a freaking week to review this damn series. Because the stream we had to do it on Thursday. That was most of the reason for it. As of currently, I am reviewing no anime on Thursdays right now. Nope, Thursdays are free. As of currently, Tuesday, I have one series. It's going to wrap really soon, but right now, just Wednesday and Thursday. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the only days of the week, basically, currently I have open right now for anime-wise. But we also did see Return of Bleach this year, which I was so happy to see that. And so far, we are currently 8 episodes into Bleach Style Blow, one for the tub anyways. I am not watching the sub because basically I watched the whole series dubbed, so I'll watch it subbed. We are basically currently in the 6th season of My Hero Academia. Who think we get 6 seasons of My Hero Academia this year? Yep. What else? Let's see. Trying to think. Oh yeah, we did see the second curse for the series, The Case of Vanitos. Great second half of the series, the season anyways. And of course, the second curve for How Realist Hero Built the Kingdom. We saw those two come this year. Let's see, was anything else? Oh yeah, we did see the return of Overlord. Yes, my first time reviewing a regular basis for first time in 4 years since I reviewed it back in 2018. Yep. I'm trying to think what else was there. I don't think there was anything else I could think of that well, oh wait, there is technically one. Welcome Demon School American. Yes. Of course, people have been saying also reviewing the dub for One Piece. In case you're curious, though, I have not watched the most recent released episodes yet because they're currently not on the streaming service yet. Where the dub, they apparently dubbed the last 13 episodes of the previous season of the show before the start of the current one. That is not released streaming service yet. Once that gets released there, I will review it. Yep. Let's see. Was there anything else? Not a lot of basic returning anime this year, like I mentioned. Of course, I was still reviewing Case Closed, Barto. Oh, we did see part 2 of Attack on Titan. that lasted for 10 freaking episodes before we had to take a break for a whole freaking year. But the three basically I'm still reviewing on a regular basis. It's just Case Closed, Boruto, and One Piece. Those are the three. And to my knowledge, they will stay there as long as basically I'm reviewing them. I have no plans to drop them anytime soon. Those will be continuing the next year. I do get praise me for myself for this much when it comes to Super Sentai. I actually reviewed more Sentai than last year. I reviewed 4 Sentai last year. You thinking, really? You did? Oh yeah, the only ones I reviewed last year were Jock, Bad Fever J, Denzi Man, Sun Vulcan, and Live Man. Actually, it's like 5. 5 series last year. 5. In terms of basically how many I reviewed this year, 8. Yeah, I reviewed 8 series this year, which that's a lot. I'm currently working on my 9th right now, which is basically go on. You probably can see the review of it soon. The ones that covered this year are the following. I started this year with Masked Man. Pretty interesting series, this one. Go V. I was not really impressed with this one because basically it was too much freaking stock footage with this damn series. Like repeating the same fight scene 20 episodes in a row. Good gosh almighty. Bioman, the series that inspired Power Rangers, still wasn't that Power Rangers, except for like 2 seconds the first episode. Jetman, Shurikenger, Flashman, Go Ranger, and Dynaman. If you notice, of all those series, we have 170 series, one series in the 2000s, and mostly everything else is in the 80s. Now, I will point this out, though. Next year, I will be officially closing out the 1980s and the 90s, hopefully, because I'm viewing the remaining series with those 2 decades. And presumably, I will also close out the 2000s when it comes to Super Sentai. In the case of Kamen Rider, this I'm viewing mostly in chronological order. I started with the original Kamen Rider series, where I did the first 13 episodes, took a break, came back to it, did episodes 13 to I think it was like 50, I think it was. Yeah, 13 to freaking 50. It was 52. Yeah, 13, 52, approximately 40 straight episodes, took a break, and then when I came back, I was originally planning on doing from 53 to 79, but at that point, I'm like, I have 19 episodes left to go. Just go through the rest of it. And I went through the remaining episodes. Pretty enjoyable that one was. And of course, I went through V3, which was 52 episodes. And I got through, well, my first plan was to do the first 26. Then I changed to 28. And then eventually I decided, okay, just do the first 30. Because that's the end of Dr. G. That's the reason why I did that. And when I came back, I just basically breezed through the last 22 episodes, no problem. Of course, I also did X, which is the very next one. And that was shockingly only 35 episodes. Yeah, that was the first of 3 in a row, which was really short. This one, I don't remember where I took a break at. I think it was like 20. I think it was like 27. I think it was. It was basically when they before they I think it was up to like 20 something. Before they changed over to Dark King stuff. Yeah, when they had that giant robot. Yeah, but that was the only Kamen Rider series I had a very the main villain was so disappointing. Yes. And of course Amazon. I reviewed that one. Yes, that violent series. That half the time basically now normally usually sometimes I'm eating like a little quick little snack. I'm watching these things, and this one half the time I couldn't probably eat anything because it was so gory. And of course, I wasn't a real big fan of the fact that the character Amazon was only referred to as Amazon, which also was his code name, and the fact he wasn't referred to as a Kamen Rider. He was an Amazon writer, and he was the only one of the original Kamen Riders who was not a cyborg. He was the first one, technically not one. And I did cover the very next one, Stronger. This one was pretty enjoyable. The one thing I wasn't really a big fan of with the series, and then I know it's the most recent one, one of the more recent ones I did, was how stiff he looked. Basically, where he seemed like he was taking his time fighting all the grunts. The monsters, he basically was quick paced with that one, but the grunts, he just took his sweet time. I did like the change basically with him where he was whistling. I thought that was a really cool idea. Though sadly the actor is no longer alive, along with the actress who played Human Tackle, who got killed off about 30 episodes in the damn series before the actual series ended. And I really enjoyed seeing the original Kamen, the previous Kamen has come back. Now, I do not know the reason why they were featured in Amazon, but here they are and stronger in the last like half a dozen. I think they started up like 33, I think it was, and it had like a Kamen show for like every episode before the very end of it. And then my original plan was to cover Skyrider next, but because the fact that people I was doing streaming with, thought we got idea for Kuga, a Kamen I had not gotten to yet. I was not originally planning to get this one until after I finished the show air, so I basically had to jump start with this one, and I recently finished this up in a matter of a week. It's a damn good series. It's 49 episodes. And here's the thing, no movies. I had like a couple special with it, and that was it. Yep. But I did mention that my next Kamen series will be Skybrain. I'm doing that right after I finish with Goanger, which is something I'm doing right now. But as in the case of the anime side, these series I reviewed this year. I reviewed That Time It Requires a Slime. Who the heck freaking knew I would get into this series? And how really freaking good it is. Jujutsu Kaisen. Series aired last year. I was very happy with the series. It was really good. Some Aspires, so what? Skeleton in our World. This actually was a brand new series. I still have not watched it. I think I watched the first couple episodes of it dubbed. I have not fully watched it dubbed yet. One, I was a bit regretting getting into this series given the content of this one. Redo for Healer, where you had the main character be a freaking rapist. Yeah. I was basically, if you remember those videos, I was grunting a lot of the time. It was like, ugh. Yeah, I was not comfortable reviewing this one. Yeah. By far, out of all the anime I've ever reviewed, usually I'm very happy to review these series. This one, I feel a little uncomfortable reviewing a series that features basically the main character, your lead tail character, where he rapes all the girls. Yes, seriously. I had a problem with this damn thing. The only thing I liked was kind of the story. I didn't like the rape aspect of it. Yeah, I get the fact it's a dark freaking story, but come on. Oh, and by the way, what was censoring, you might ask? Oh, let's have the camera basically point to a freaking wall where you hear the main character basically just having sex with one of the girls off to the side. And by the way, I have seen the uncensored version of these episodes, and I can see why these were censored. There's actually one of two series I watched this shit that were censored. There wasn't for stupidity reasons, like in the case to Love Rue. But that one I did finally get a chance to watch season 2. I think it was just early. I think it was like late last year. I think it was. I finally got a chance to watch the second season of Matsu to Love Rue, which was evolved to it. Detectives already did. I mainly got this one because basically it was really short, and the premise was kind of interesting. And I've been buying the light novels. I basically have gotten to the most recent book release here. It's an interesting series that they did renew for season 2, which I'm very happy with that. Though I do know that I should point out though, Jujutsu Kaisen will be a regular review series next year, and That's Some Currents of Slime will return also as a regular review series next year. In the case of So Inspired So What, this was a suggestion by, believe it or not, the lead voice actor, Brandon Knickerbocker, kind of made a suggestion that people would check it out, so that was maybe the reason why. Thank you, Brandon Knickerbocker, for introducing me to a really good series I really enjoyed. Thank you, Brianna. Yep. Now time for a drink break. No one knew about. I've been talking for a while. A lot of stuff here. For Revolution, really fun show. I really enjoy this damn thing. Looking forward to viewing season 2. Slight problem with the show. Actually, is sort of to have a problem with. This actually was one of a few series I have reviewed where I have viewed the fan translation of the series, and this one is not complete. No, seriously. The first I got one of this damn series was like volume 4, and I didn't finish it because the translation wasn't finished. And almost any copy I found was like the web novel. I was really I wanted the translation of the light novels, but big difficulty with that one. In the case of Harry Lab in that world, this one they have not hinted there's going to be a season 2. I think that what happened with the ending of it, I think there should be a season 2 to kind of explain about these other women who popped up in the final episode of the series. Is there plenty of books of this damn thing? Oh yes, there's plenty. If you're curious how much the series covered in 12 episodes, the season covered roughly 3 books, but the near finished, but that book 3 was a rush to piece of other books. There's also I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxing my level. This one was an interesting one per se. One of like 2 in a row where like the entire cast is made up of women. No, seriously, I don't mind female-driven series, fine, but you have to throw a few guys. But in the case of the first one, there's like maybe 2 male characters in the entire series in 12 episodes. And this is another one's review for season 2. Execution Way of Life. This one, I don't think it's reviewed for season 2. I don't think it has. Interesting one. This one is actually kind of in a way my second ever Yuri series I reviewed. We have like these isekai women who develop these first special powers. And there's like maybe one guy in the whole series. He's like in the first episode. And he dies. He gets killed by the executioner herself. And there's this thing where like we have like the female lead of the series and her assistants and the woman she's traveling with are both in love with her. Yeah, because she's hot. Yeah. Yeah. And surprisingly, the series only covered the first 2 books. It never covered any more than that. I'm thinking of returning to the series eventually. Oh, in case you're curious though, for the series Artist Guard Ammo, series I reviewed a few years ago. I read that right now, translated wise, up into book 17. Yes, I haven't read the rest of the books yet, but I will read it very soon. I got through Lupin this year, finally. Took me a few years, but finally I got a chance to review freaking Lupin. Lupin the Third, Part 1. Great series. I don't know when I'll get to Part 2. I know Part 2 is quite long, but I will eventually get to it. Yep. Just damn good series. Surprisingly, I think it's like the only series I watched this year that was not dubbed by Funimation, Crunchyroll, or Sentai Filmworks. This is actually dubbed by the studio who's owned by the voice actor who voices Jigen, the guy who's based on James Cromwell. He was left from the studio. The rest are simply just mostly put all these ones except for like let's see, 3, at least 2 of them. I'll put 2, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's 2, where they're dubbed by Crunchyroll. There is The Great Jaw when up defeated. This one I was regular viewing on a regular basis from episode 8 forward. An okay series. I was pretty happy where it ended with episode 20. It took a long time for it to come out though. Plunderer, long series. This one did not technically end when the Amaranth ended. Not that I can think of. There was still about 2 or 3 more story arcs left to go. At least they ended with a canon story arc, unlike some series did that. Slime Diaries, really fun series. One I really wish was season 2 because this was really good. This was so fun. It was like watching the main series all over again, but done in a comedy way. So fun, this one. I had so much fun reviewing this series. But only 4 new dub episodes. While in the case of The Great Job was like 13. Yep. And that's actually one of the very few manga-based ones I've reviewed this year. There's also Bofree. Okay at first, but I did get the whole series done. I know that the next season apparently are starting next month. I will hopefully get a chance to read the next volumes soon. I think that the second season will cover. The other anime I started this year, Parallel Pharmacy. Yes, this one. This one was so good. Like, it is shocking the fact this one covered like I think it was like in 12 episodes. I think it covered like about 3 books. I think it was. Yeah, 3 books, and just a damn good series. Basically, off the bat, I was familiar. I actually met one of the voice actors prior to getting this one. Linda Seidel, who voices Latte, who was short for Charlotte in the series. It's their isekai series, but it's all about pharmacies. It was basically their take for me to have something similar to Drugs to the World, but this one was a lot more serious than that one. At least they got about to show how he got there in the first episode compared to Drugs in the World, which didn't do it to the final episode of the series, which I'm still wondering why there's not a season 2 yet. Yeah, kind of weird. But damn good series. The other ones, Spy X Family, I heard a lot of really good things about this one. And of course, I've been reviewing Cur 2 for a while now. As a matter of fact, I actually started Cur 2 reviewing that. I actually caught up with the series pretty quickly. I've also read the manga. I've not been reviewing it, but I'm just reviewing the anime just because. Surprisingly, now this one is another one I've heard is renewed for season 2 and a movie, which I'm pretty happy with that. There's still a lot of material to cover, but hopefully they wait until toward the end of the year to do this one, or at least maybe the start of 2024 to do this one, because, yeah, where to get to, there's a little bit more time for material to come out. Yes. And the last new anime I got into this year was Chainsaw Man, which, yes, I did review. I'm actually hopefully get a chance to review news episode really soon. This one is currently, I think it's like 8 episodes in. I'm thinking, actually, like 9. Yep. But really good series so far, and I was hoping to do another series for this year out, but that proved to be not the case because I was watching One Piece and trying to finish up with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So, sadly, this was the last new anime I got to this year. Yep. But I think that's going to be pretty much it for this particular review. Just been a pretty good year when it comes to anime. Who knew? That prior to last year, I would never get back to Tokusatsu stuff, where I've now covered, in the span of 1 year, I've now covered up to 24 Super Sentai. I'm already on my 25th with Go Onja, which I'm enjoying this one so far. Kamen Rider, I never thought I'd get this one, but I love it. I mainly got into it because basically someone was streaming it. I wasn't streaming it per se, but someone else was streaming it. I watched episode 3, and then I decided to, well, the series looked interesting to me, so I decided just to watch the first few episodes again, and watch the whole series through. And I've been watching reviews since then. Really fun series, Kamen Rider. Metal Heroes, this one, because it's part of the same family of Tokusatsu stuff. I think it's made by Toei as well. It looked really good. And plus, and here's the thing, I was actually used to Gavin when I watched Go Onja. That's my first introduced to Gavin. This character was someone I was really interested in getting into for a long time, and now I got into him. I enjoyed the damn series. Not very long per se. Yeah, of all the first of the Tokusatsu series I reviewed, this one was the shortest. The longest was Kamen Rider with 98 episodes. Second longest was Go Ranger. Yeah, I recently went 2 series for this one. I reviewed Go Ranger. This one, I never expected to view this one because I was kind of hoping to save this one for Dead at Last simply because of how freaking long it is. 84 freaking episodes. But it is one of those series I did start and I never finished. The one I'm currently working on, Go On, that's another one. Once finished this one, there's technically about 2 left that I've left the cover where I have watched some episodes before, but I stopped. But I'm rewatching episodes I watched about 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm getting back into it. Yep. Yeah, but that's going to be pretty much it here because I'm talking for 25 minutes. Yep. I'm going to wait to the Comic Corner after I do my next thing I'm going to talk about, which is going to be My Hero Academia. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that next. And now, Comic Corner. And hopefully after that, I get a chance to do Chainsaw Man. Okay, next video. Bye.